guys, how are you? How's your quarantine going? Mine is going a little bit crazy. I'm losing my mind slightly, but I had the crazy idea. I was studying Chinese yesterday and I was like, you know what? I feel like I need to make this video. How am I studying Chinese for the HSK test? So the HSK test, everybody already knows if you're watching this video, it's like the official like Chinese language test. You can put it on your resume and say, yo, I can speak this level of Chinese. I'm studying currently for the HSK 5. 6 is the highest. I cannot do 6. I can do 4, I think. I've never actually taken an HSK test, so I don't know. But I think 5 is a nice little like push, like it'll get me to study some more and learn some more. So I'm gonna go for that HSK 5. So let me get into how do I study for this test. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't plan for this video at all. So it might be all over the place, but hopefully my point gets across. Let me tell you what I've done. First thing is I want to know the vocabulary, right? Like if you're writing the test, you want to know what you're reading. What I did is I printed off all of the vocabulary for the HSK 5 test. Now, some of them obviously I know because you know the previous levels, right? But then there's a bunch of words that I don't know. Okay, this is 50 pages. I mean 25 double-sided, whatever. I don't really have a study schedule because right now I'm still studying in my actual school. So I kind of just do this whenever because I'm bored in quarantine and I feel like I can just get things done out of the way. Right now, it's mostly like preparation so that when I finish my actual school, I can go in and do this actual like studying like serious. Next, I have lined up here a bunch of cue cards. I take the regular cue cards, I cut them up into 6, and then I have these little guys, okay? So I take one of these pages back and front, and I make cue cards for them. If it's a really easy word that I already know, then I won't write it down on one of these, because these I mainly just want to go through to remember, make sure that I know the tones, to make sure I know the word itself, like this first one, IE. Like I know that one, but it's like, you know, I just want to write it down to make sure that I can recognize the character, because sometimes I might know a word just by listening to it, but maybe not by looking at it. So that's kind of what I do there. Something that I've seen somebody else do, and I really like this idea. Let me show you what I mean. They'll do something like this, where they'll kind of color code it. Like basically blue would be 3rd tone, and then red would be like 2nd tone or whatever. You know what I mean? It's a really good way to remember the tones, and it'll just help with your speaking. So that's like a tip that I'm not doing, but I saw somebody else doing. Next thing, some of those cue cards will already have words that I know how to use, or they're very easy to use, like nouns or verbs. I find like it's pretty easy to wrap your head around how to use that. I just need to remember the word itself. So that's why it's on a cue card. But for the words that I don't know how to use, because some of them can be kind of complicated, like you have to use them with another word, or they have to be used in a particular grammar structure. So for each set of cue cards, so like pages 1 and 2, for example, so what I'll do is I'll like write down the word itself, and then like its pinyin and its translation, and then I'll have 2 example sentences so that I can understand more how to use the word. Some of the ones, like the ones I'm showing you, are actually very easy. I have adjusted the way I've done this as I've gone further through this book, because I was just writing really easy ones down here and I realized that there really is not a point to doing that. So now all I have to do is I actually have to go through these and actually study them. So like I said at the beginning, this is kind of like my preparation stage. Like I'm just writing down the words I don't know so that I can go through these later with my friend. We're gonna try doing this HSK test together. If you are studying with a friend, something that I really recommend is like if you're wanting to memorize vocabulary, let's say I'm reading this piece of vocabulary. I really think like this is what me and my friend Hannah did when we were in China studying Chinese. What we did is we would go through the vocabulary list and you would just go 学问学问学习学习学校学校学学询问, and whatever. And then you're kind of like memorizing. Okay, sorry, I also sound really weird because I have my Invisalign in and like I can't do my X's right, like this. It just doesn't come out right, so like sorry. But anyway, so like reading through the vocabulary like that is really useful, and then trying to do it without looking at the pinyin, so you're just looking at the character. That's really nice. Also, something else that me and Hannah are going to be doing, because we're doing the HSK together while we're studying for it together, is like, for example, I'll have lesson 1 and 2 and she will take care of lesson 3 and 4. And then I will teach her how to use the vocabulary that we highlighted, and then she'll teach me her vocabulary that we highlighted. Then that way we're kind of teaching, so it kind of really gets in our head. That works out really nicely, yeah. And I do think that like writing your own sentences is super helpful, because not only are you like kind of practicing your writing, but also you have to think of your own sentences. That's kind of how I've been studying for HSK 5. If you guys have any tips on how you study for HSK or study for any language, then please leave them down below. It could be helpful to me or somebody else here on the video. I hope maybe something was helpful for you. I don't really know. If you did like the video, make sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel as well. Thank you so much. Love the support. Love it. Absolutely love it. If you guys have any kind of video requests, also please leave them in the comments. You know, I'm in quarantine. I have like -5 video ideas. Love you the most, and keep rocking. See you guys next time.